Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the class 12th economics, first chapter, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. But before this, we will see a brief introduction of economics, whatever we have studied in class 11th. Okay, my dear students, see, first of all, we will understand the meaning of economics. As we are knowing, economics is the science of economics is the subject of social science. What? Economics is the science subject of social science. Why any subject is called social science? Actually, the social science study how society is organized and functions. Okay, like economics, sociology, anthropology, psychology, and political science are the part of social science. Are the part as a part of subject of the social science. Getting you all are, but economics is called what? Queen of social science. Queen of social science. Why it is called queen of social science? Because it studies the economic behavior of an individual and organization in the society. Organization and society. Getting Waller, economics is called what? Queen of all the socials, in between all the social science. Getting you Waller, that is that's the reason why I'm saying economics is different from social science. Getting you Waller. So first of all, we will see the meaning and definition of economics. How we define the economics. As we are knowing, whatever we have studied in class 11th, we see what economics is a Latin word, is a Greek word or Latin word. Okay, it's a Greek word. Okay, and it's made from two words, ocus and normus. Ocus and normus. Getting you all? Ocus means management and normus means household. It means management of household. Okay, economics means what? Management of household. But when we talk about the all principle and concept and meaning and definition of economics, then first economics is defined by four way. The four definitions is given by the various economists. First one is wealth definitions. As we are knowing, wealth definitions. Wealth definitions wealth definitions in given in 1776. When we talk about the definition of economics, economics is defined as, first point, as it is the science of wealth. Means it is called wealth definition. In the year 1776, or economist who was Adam Smith. One, Adam Smith. Adam Smith, he has written a book that name is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation. He written a book, which book? An Inquiry into the Nature, into Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation. In his book, the first of all, in 1776, the Adam Smith says economics is the science of wealth. Getting me, Waller? It is called as wealth definition of economics. Getting? Then after 100 years, a new economist was born, and he gave a new approach or new definition of economics. Getting? And that the year was in 1890. The year was 1890, and he wrote a book, what? Principle of Economics. That name was Principle of Economics. And the name of that economist was Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall. Okay, Alfred Marshall. Marshall was given a new approach of economics in 1890. He said, no, 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 it is not the study about the wealth, it is the study of welfare. It is the study of welfare. Okay, it's a study of mankind. Okay, what he gave the definitions, we see what it is: the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social actions which is mostly connected with the attainment and use of material requisites of well-being. Getting you, Waller? I have written this definition here for you. So it is the definition of social welfare, which is given in 1890 in the book Principle of Economics by Alfred Marshall. Okay, and he give the definition what it's a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social action which is most closely connected with the attainment and use of material requisites of well-being. Getting Oiwaller? Means what are the contents about the Marshall definitions? Marshall said what? It is the study of mankind. Means it's a study only the role of man. Okay, because wealth is created by men is not created by wealth. That's why Marshall said it's a study of mankind. Getting you, Waller? Okay. He said it is the study of ordinary business of life. It is the study of ordinary business of life. It means every person acts mainly to earn and collect wealth. Every person acts mainly to earn and collect wealth and spend those earning to get the maximum satisfaction. Getting overall? Marshall called these activities what? Ordinary business of life. Everyone do like this. So that's why Marshall is saying it is the different from the study of wealth. He give a new approach. Okay. Okay. Next, after Marshall, a new economist created, and he is saying what he is saying. No, no, no. It's not about the wealth. It's not, economics is not talk about the wealth. Economics is not talk about the social welfare. What he says? He said economics is the science of choice making. What he says? Economic is the science of choice making. In 1932, an economics Professor Lionel Robinson, he gave a new definition, a new approach of economics. Getting? See here, and he write a book, the name of that book, an essay on the nature and significance of economic. An essay and nature and significance of economics. The name of book of Professor Lionel Robinson. And under this book, what Robin says? Robin says economics is the economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Getting you, Waller? So in this definitions, economics is totally different from before two definitions. Okay, one is saying economics is the science of wealth. Second one is saying economics is the science of social welfare, but Robbins is saying economics is the science of choice making. Robbins is saying economics is science of choice making. Economics is talk about unlimited ends. Economics is talk about unlimited ends. Unlimited ends means the wants are unlimited of any persons. No man is satisfied from one want. A man, if he satisfy first want bread, then he go for clothes, and when he fulfill is the second demand, second wants, then he go for the next shelters, and when he fulfill all three basic needs, then he will go for the luxurious, and there is no limitation of luxurious. Okay, so the Professor Lionel Robbins says economics is the science of choice making. First of all, an economist said about the definition of the economics. What economics is the science of choice making. It's talk about the scarce means. It's talk about the alternative uses of that resources. It's talk about the efficient use of scarce resources. It is the talk about the science of choice. That's why Professor Lionel Robbins give this and this definition. These all are the features of the Professor Lionel Robbins definitions. Getting you, Waller? And it is the most important definition. First, any economist said about the economics. Economics talks about the want of the individual or want of the persons. Okay, and from where that wants will fulfill, from where the wants will satisfy, from the resource. It's talk about the resources. Getting you, Waller? So the three approaches. First one is wealth definition, so second one is social welfare, third one is science of choice making. But in a new concept in 1948, it is the definition of growth and development. It's a definition of growth and development. It was given by Paul A. Samuelson. Paul A. Samuelson in his book Economics and Ordinary Analysis. Okay, in Economics and Introductory Analysis. In his book, he give a definition of economics. What the basic thing of basic thing of the Paul Samuelson or growth or development definition of economics. He has merged all three definitions in his definitions. Okay, so this type we can easily understand a brief introduction of economics, and we will see these economics is divided in two parts. Type of economics or branch of economics, you can say. First one is micro and second one is macro. Getting type of economics, what micro and second one is macro. Okay, microeconomics and macroeconomics, which is your first chapter. Okay, for your kind information, I want to give Professor Ragnar Frisch in 1933. He gave the approach of micro and macroeconomic theory. Firstly, he introduced this theory by Professor Ragnar Frisch, Frisch, Ragnar Frisch in 1933. He gave firstly what he tell about the micro and macroeconomic theory. There are two branches of economics. One is micro and second one is macro. Okay, so we can see here what under micro, it's a Latin word, Greek word. Okay, it's a Greek word, and it is microeconomics means how we can define microeconomics, which studies economic behavior of individual economic units and variables. Okay, microeconomics means, you can write, if you want to write, microeconomics is that type of economics which studies economic behavior. It is the keyword of this definition. Economic behavior of individual economic unit and variables. Getting you all? So this is called microeconomics. And when we talk about macroeconomics, macros, it's also a Greek word. It means large. It means large. It studies the functioning of economy as a whole. Means if in the definition of macroeconomics, you can write what macroeconomics is that type of economics which studies the functioning of economy as a whole. It is that study of functioning of an economy as a whole. Getting you all? Are okay. See here, what microeconomics studies. Okay, microeconomics study the following. First of all, means what we studies under the microeconomics: consumer behavior, product pricing, factor pricing, welfare, consumer behavior, product pricing, factor pricing, welfare economics, and study of firms. These all we study under the microeconomics. Okay, question like this in the board, what we consider under microeconomics, you can write. Okay, consumer behavior, product pricing, factor pricing, welfare economics, and the study of firms. All these things we will study in the next chapters. Okay, and when we talk about the macroeconomics study the following. What it studies the theory of output and unemployment. It's a study of theory of general price level. It's a study of national income. It's a study of theory of economic growth. It's the study of theory of international trade. It's a study of theory of money. Under macroeconomics, we consider all these points. We will study in the next chapters. These all are the chapters of micro and macroeconomics, whatever we will study in the next classes. Okay, so for today, the definition of micro and macroeconomics and what it covers under micro and macro. Okay, one important question comes: what is the difference between micro and macroeconomics in board, in class 12 board? It's a most important question. Write the definition of micro and macroeconomics. We can see here the definition of micro and macroeconomics. There are 5 points you can learn very easily, and it's the very short points whatever I have telling you. Okay, I am telling you. Okay, first point is, it's a study of individual economic units and variables. What? It's a microeconomics. It's a study of individual economic units and variables. Getting you all? Are as macroeconomics is it's a study of economy as a whole and its aggregate. Getting? The first definition is macroeconomics is study of economy as a whole, and micro study of the individual level, individual things. Okay. Second difference is, it is the narrow in scope. The scope of microeconomics is narrow and the scope of macroeconomics is wider. Third difference, what? It deals with income, individual price and individual output. I and D I have written. It deals with individual income, individual price, and individual output. Okay, it deals with national income. Macroeconomics deals with national income, price level, and national output. Price level and national output. Getting you all are what this is the third point. Okay, fourth point. Price determination under this are called relative price. It's the most important point. Whatever we determine the prices under the firms, that is called relative prices. Relative prices. RELATIV, relative prices. Okay, and when we determine the prices under macroeconomics, that is called absolute prices. I will tell in the next chapter absolute prices. Okay, under micro, what we see is there is partial equilibrium analysis. Partial equilibrium analysis. It's the most important point of differences. You have to write all these points in definition. Partial equilibrium, equilibrium, equilibrium analysis under micro, and under macro it's a general equilibrium analysis. So these all are the 5 differences of micro and macro. If you are have any confusion or any question regarding this, you can ask. Okay, and these all are the most important thing in the class 12th board. Economics is a very technical subject. If you will write the economics, if you will give the answer very behavioral approach, then you will get nothing, you will get 0 marks. You have to write for the getting full marks all the keywords, and whatever I have mentioned on this notes. Okay, these all are the keywords you have to write in your answer. Getting you all are so very concentrately. You will see all those points and you will learn. Okay, if you have any problem regarding this chapter, you can ask. Okay, for today, thank you very much. Thank you, class.